Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to try to make this little ghost right here more spoopy. Yeah, I got this pen, and that's all we're going to do. I didn't really plan this through, but yeah, we're going to try to make this ghost look more like destroyed and old looking. And yeah, I do not have a reference for this drawing either. I just want to point that out. Why do I want to point it out? Because I mostly draw with reference, so not drawing with reference, if it looks good, is an accomplishment in my art journey. So yeah. Alright, trying to make it look spoopy. This is going to be a very short video too. I mean, you can probably see it's probably only like in the single digits of numbers long. That is because, well, I'm probably on vacation when this is getting posted. So this is a spare video that I am going to use when I can't record, which will probably be most of vacation. But you know, whatever. I wonder where I am in this moment. Maybe, okay, I have no idea where we're going. Florida. We're not going to Florida. Whatever. This little spoopy ghost is looking like a spoopy ghost. Look at him. He's going, ooh, he's got spoopy bits. Little spoopy bits, you know, just like the fabric being torn and shit like that. And then we're going to go like this to add a darker area. Then we'll also shade this area, because this is also supposed to be a darker area. Because this is kind of behind, because of right there. Then we can also get some tension lines in here for the spoopy ghost, because, well, this is a sheet and there's a person under this spoopy ghost. A person. Yes, people. I know you're afraid of them, but it's okay. It's just a spoopy ghost. There's no people to be found. Alright. Let's make some holes in here too. And some more tattered? I have no idea what the word is. Tattered? Some more tattered ends. And then we gotta do the eyes too. Ooh, spoopy. Filling the eyes. Spoopy eyes. Ooh, spoopy. And there we go. We got ourselves a spoopy ghost. Alright. I don't know how long this was. Bye. Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to draw this little witch hat. It's a little messy because, well, I don't know, because I was messy with it, but you know, whatever. We're going to pretend like it's not messy, and we're just going to use these lines as little guidelines to draw the witch hat. Because I don't know what I'm doing in the first place. But yeah. This is going to be a short video. Because of my current location, but that is fine. There we go. I think it looks decent. I tried something a little new. I tried to draw a witch hat from memory. It doesn't look the best, but you know, it doesn't look the worst. We'll try to get this shaded in. This would be darkly shaded in. This would also be dark, but not as dark, because this is just shaded because it's in the back. That's shaded because it is black. Alright, there we go. There's our little witch hat. Does it look like a witch hat? I mean, it looks close enough to a witch hat, I think. it looks pretty decent. It's definitely not the best thing I've ever drawn in my life. That just made it a decent amount worse, but you know, it's not bad. It's not amazing. It's not bad. We're gonna just shade this in because, I don't know, this video is really, really short. I could draw another one, but I'm not going to. I can add my signature. Whoop-a, 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 whoop-a. Alright, good day. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be drawing just some little weapons. We're gonna make sure they're in like a circle shape because of how the weapons are gonna work. We're gonna make one curved blade, and then we're going to go like this. Now we're gonna want to put the stick right here, and then we'll do another curved blade. Go like this. So in today's video, we're going to be making some curved blades. I don't have an eraser, so we're just going to stick with what we have on the pencils and then immediately skip to the pen. Why? Because I fucking can, and I need to record like a million videos because I didn't plan ahead and I have to leave soon for a while. So we're doing short random shit, and it's gonna suck if anyone actually wanted to watch the longer videos, because it's not gonna be many of those for a bit. But you know, I didn't plan my time well. Alright, we're going to go like that. And I actually kind of like how these are turning out. We're gonna go like this. I would like to make them both contrasting, like one the light side and one the dark side or some shit like that, but I don't feel like coming up with like how all that shit would work right now. So right now we're just gonna stick with just some basic designs. And then we'll put swirls on the handle, and now we shall skip to this, the pen. Are we ready for pen? I would say absolutely not. I'm gonna skip to it anyways. Especially since I'm not necessarily the bestest with drawing non-broken up, tattered weapons. Why, you may ask? Because it is way easier to make something look right when said thing is wrong. When something's all broken up, it's a lot easier to do broken up right than like it is to make it look all perfect and pristine to start. I don't really like this blade right here. Go ahead and put a gem in the center. Go ahead and wrap this thingy, the handle. There we go, there's some wrapping. Add a little bit more extras on the outside, you know. And there we go, there's one shitty one. We'll try to make this one a little bit better on the blade aspect. This one was a little more planned out on the blade aspect than the other one was in the first place, but you know, what are you gonna do? Can't turn back time. We're stuck with what the blade looks like, especially since this is a pen. That's why we can't do anything about it. But you know, it's fine, it doesn't look that bad anyways. And I think that looks decent. It's not terrible. We can go ahead and give this one a gem too. And since this one's actually good, we could give that one this one an edge, kinda, like, make it lighter on the edge, and nah, that just kind of ruined it a little bit. Should we add some speed lines around them? I made them go in the wrong direction on accident. Perfection. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. This one's longer, that's all that matters. Alright, see you tomorrow. Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm gonna draw a box and then I'm gonna try to tatter that box up and make it look like a broken up stone. And that's what we're gonna do for today. Now, I'm not the best at drawing boxes. If I wanted this to be perfect, I could have grabbed myself a ruler, and I probably should have. But you know, whatever, doesn't really matter too much. If it's the most perfect square in the world, as long as it is square enough for it to be a good square, I think it'll be fine. Yeah, that's good enough to be a good square. It is definitely off and not the same angles everywhere, but it's good enough, so we're going to move on to, I would use a sharper pencil, but I'm also realizing I still do not have an eraser. So we're going to have to just do these details without erasing a single thing. And, well, just relying on remembering with the pen. Remembering what are details and what is not details. Alright, we'll add cracks there. We can just chop this whole part of the stone off right there, honestly. Fuck it, why not? We can add a crack here that I will make a lot bigger on this side and go right there, and there will be how would this look? I don't know, we can find out exactly where the lines and stuff would go when we make it that, but this is going to be a rounded corner probably. I can probably round all of these corners actually. Going to, I guess, do some more cracks, because, you know, you can always never go wrong with too many cracks. Make a little chip here, I guess. I guess we're losing another corner right there. That's fine. I didn't really want to lose all the corners, but you know what? We can make that also missing and round the corner things out just a bit because it is worn down, not cleanly broken. Now we send some cracks in through here. There, that's good enough, I guess. I don't really like those cracks, but whatever. They're fine for just like reference cracks that I will pen off of. And there's that. We'll round this corner out. And now onto the pen. How are we going to do stuff with the pen? Well, we're going to start with the solid edges that are going to be definite parts. And we'll go right here. And where exactly, how did we lose this corner? We kind of got it like that, and it goes down, so we'll still have a bit right there. Then we go right here into this, which I didn't do this, but I am going to make this a slightly wider crack and actually have it missing some, because I think that's a little bit more interesting. And we'll make these cracks a lot deeper. And we'll go ahead and go like this. That corner's still intact. That crack is just forming right there. This part is missing completely. with many cracks coming out of it, which, there we go. We'll go ahead and go like that because, well, this whole corner is kind of rounded. Will we see any of this back part? I think we would see a little bit, so we'll just lightly draw it because I'm not entirely sure. That was a big whoopsie because this is a whole... This whole thing is shaved off, so that was a big whoopsie right there, that pen mark, but yeah, we'll go ahead and get some of these cracks in here. I really like that crack right there. We'll go ahead and go like that. I do still want this in here, how this crack is. So we'll go ahead and go like that, and then we're going to shade darker our cracked areas or our hole areas. And then, I don't know, we can make some little parts that would go in these spaces. Just floating around off and about. Sort of just cracked off, you know. That looks wrong itself though, or by itself though, so we're gonna have to add some cracks in it. And maybe a little bit of full-on breakage, who knows. Nah, we'll keep the full-on breakage off. But yeah, that's those parts. So this part would actually have to be 3D. That's probably why it looks a little wrong. It's because this has to be 3D because of the angle that it's at. Which does present a couple issues, but we're just going to pretend like it doesn't. And boom, there's our shitty, tattered square that we could have thought out and done better. But I gotta make like 1 million of these videos, bye. Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm gonna draw a little magic little wooden staff. Yeah, it's gonna be one of them ones with where it's like a big stick that's kind of windy but not really, and it's kind of windy but not really too windy, and it's got a big windy at the top where it goes like in a spiral, you know. If you watch fantasy, you know what type of staff I'm talking about, or you'll at least know in a second or two once I get more of it down. Not particularly going for anything too special with it or like anything like that, but you know, whatever. We're gonna put some wrapping on it though, because, well, you want some wrapping on your staff. Why? Because if you're gonna be holding it for a long time, and like, yeah, you're gonna be holding it and it's wooden, and this is like magic times old-timey stuff. You don't have like stuff to treat the wood, or maybe they did, I don't fucking know. Either way, you want to wrap it because it's cool. So we wrap it. Does it need to go that far up? I don't think so. Should we give it any gems? No, I could, but I'm not going to. I do think I'm going to add a little bit of a something down here, though. Why a little something down here? I don't know. I just feel like a little staff needs something at the bottom, too. Not just at the top. And I do not know how to draw a wooden, grainy, weird texture, so I probably won't be able to do that with this pen, but you know, whatever, we're gonna try anyways. I'm glad that didn't land on the paper, otherwise that could have been annoying. Alright, we're gonna start with right here, right where the staff goes and grows and is like all wiggly squiggly. Squiggly wiggly, you know. All squiggly and wiggly and perfecto. Looks amazing. I couldn't have done it better myself. Because I'm the one that fucking did it. Alright, beautiful. It's beautiful. It's not looking bad, but this wrapping is a little too extra than I wanted, but it's not like I can thin it out now. I kind of am, I guess, but you don't really want to vary the thickness of the wrapping too much unless there's a reason to, which there's not in this case, so I am just kind of fucking it up. But whatever. You know, what are you gonna do? Erase a pen? You can't do that. That's impossible. What are you gonna do? Use magic to erase the pen? It'd be funny if this was one of those erasable pens and I just like pulled out an eraser right now. But it is not. Might as well put a little gem in it, you know? Might as well, you know? No harm, no foul, or whatever the saying is. Beautiful. Beautiful little staff. Perfect. This is a little beautiful thing. We're gonna actually tie a little gem to the tip of it. Why? I don't know, just make it a little more interesting. Okie dokie. That's Mr. Staffo. We could add some little wooden detail stuffs, but I don't know how to do that, and I don't have any references. So we're going to anyways. Little wood-o details. I don't know what a wooden staff would look like, so we're just adding lines, and we're gonna hope it turns out alright. Doodle-doo. Wow, what beautiful lines. And the squiggles are exquisite. Get it? Because like exquisite, except squiggle. I get it. That's all that matters. I think the squiggles down here actually look pretty decent, but I mean the squiggles up there, they kind of just not the best. Because I don't know how to squiggle like that in a circle. But anyways, we're done now. Good day. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to try to draw a bow. I already started, but you know, that's fine. That was just me putting something down just to make sure the concept would work. Yet again, doing more random work with no references. Should we just skip straight to the pen? That would be pretty funny, but we're not going to, because come on, let's be honest, we're not going to be able to do that. Alright, let's try to go like this. Construct our bow in a way that would make enough sense as a bow. I'm gonna say that it's not up to par for a bow, because even if we put the string right there, it'd be hard to pull back. If we put the string right there, it'd be hard to pull back. And yes, that is the point, but it doesn't look good. It's not appealing. So what are we gonna do? Well, since I don't have an eraser, we're just going to draw over it. And yeah, pretend like it's gonna be fine. We'll use the same handle. And then now's the confusing part. We're going to just draw right here, give it more of this, and we'll go ahead and put the little bend right there. There we go. That's good. Put that there. If that's there, we can go ahead and just use the pen as a rough measurement of where the other one's tip needs to be. Right there, so go like this, and then like this. I have no idea what I'm doing with all these other pencil lines. This looks like shit. But you know, one way to make it stand out, let's go. No mistakes now, baby. Can't make mistakes if we're using the pen because the pen can't be erased. This would be, this would be a lot easier if I actually remembered what a bow looked like. I remember what a bow looks like from Minecraft. And I'm trying to make what I think is called a recurve bow, where it bends, the front parts bend forward, but I don't know what they look like. I don't know how much they bend forward. But you know what? That's not gonna stop me. Not knowing what the f I'm doing hasn't stopped me before. It ain't gonna stop me now. Why the fuck would it now? Alright. Here we go. Here's some. When you're taking your time a little bit more, you can make it look a little better, you know. It's looking a little bit better than it was before. The string is still kind of in front of the bow, which is what I did not want, and it is not even. But you know, I think it would bow. I think it would bow. It would shoot an arrow, I think. Only one way to find out. Time to make it in real life. I wish. If I had the resources, I would. I do not, because the main resource is the want to actually do it, and I don't want to. Should we draw an arrow? Sure. And there we go. Here's an arrow. Beautiful. Awesome. Cool. There it is. End the video. Me. End it. You're laying on the ground. You're supposed to end the video. I can't end it from here. I'm on the ground. Alright, bye. Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to try to draw a little hammer. It's not going to be little, but it's going to be like a hammer. And it's gonna be very powerful and destructive. I don't have any references, so we're going, yet again, we're going in blind, you know, whatever. That's fine. That is fine. That's too close. We need to push that back a little bit. Let's try pushing it back to like right there. Now it's gonna be need to split the difference. Just continue that, add a little bit of a top. There we freaking go. Good enough. Yep, you can't probably tell exactly how I'm trying to go with this, but you know, that's okay. I can explain along the way. That's the stick. This is gonna be the stick right here. It's gonna have a point, maybe. We got the handle part, which, yep, is a handle. Nothing really special about the handle. It's, I don't know. I guess we can add a little ripple right there, and then a sort of diamond-ish round shape. Beautiful. Just to add a little something on that part, and then we're gonna skinny the shit out of this part so that we can make it into a spike. Not just one spike, 2 spikes. Why 2 spikes instead of just 1 spike? I don't know. Because 2 is better than 1, except for it might not be in this scenario because of damage dealing. But you know what? Time to move on to the pen. Yes, we're going to do pen from straight from this. Is it going to turn out well? Well, we're about to find out, aren't we? I'm running out of things to do. I would ask you to comment things down below, but all of these are being recorded back to back. If you don't know what I mean, I'm sure if you click on my channel right now, the past 7 or so videos have just been incredibly short. Alright, yep, cool. We got this, and then we're going to need to also wrap it around the thing because, well, you can't just stick a pole through it. I mean, you can, but I want to wrap it around the whole thing. I feel like it'd be stronger. I could be wrong about that. That could actually be weaker. I almost said paleontologist. I'm not a forge person. What are they called? Blacksmith. I'm not a blacksmith, so hell if I know. But there we go. There we go. And that was a fucking whoopsie. God damn it! I messed up the fucking thing. That's fine. That doesn't really bother me that much. Let's try and go like this. And let's just make it just one big spike. Let's go ahead and add some shading to it. There we go. And if I had an eraser, I would erase all the pencil, but there's our shitty little hammer. It's beautiful. Alright, done. Alrighty. This one we're gonna take some time with. I don't know why I'm not starting this like I would a normal video. It's not like everyone's going to be watching these consecutively back to back. But whatever. We're gonna draw a wand this time. Why a wand? I have no idea. I'm running out of ideas, and the first thing that pops into my head is now going to be the things I'm drawing. So, yep. Alright, we're going to add a little bit more of a ring thing here, too. Wibbly wobbly woo. Maybe add some details here. I have no idea what a wand looks like. I'm not a freaking nerd. I don't watch magic stuff with wands. I think wands are stupid. I mean, that's a complete lie. I mean, not the thinking wands are stupid, but the not watching magic stuff with wands. But I still do think wands are stupid. I think a staff is much cooler than a wand. I think wands are kind of lame and not very cool looking. But, you know, whatever. If you like wands, I think you're lame, but that's fine. You can be lame. There's lame people in the world. It's okay. This is looking great, if I do say so myself. I did just immediately skip into the pen with absolutely no consideration for a single fucking thing whatsoever. But, you know, that's fine. I've done that before. And it usually turns out not the best, but, you know, this time it could be different. You never know. Alright, there's a little swirly shit. We could add like a little thing on the wand and put a gem in it. Yeah, it looks like shit, but you know what? So do wands, so I don't care. Let's add some little wood details. Because of, I don't know, wands are made out of wood most of the time. Boom, there we go, there's a shitty wand. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is all you get today. Bye. Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video we are going to throw this pencil around until an idea pops in my head, and then we're going to draw that idea. What should we draw? A scythe, why not, you know? Why not? I haven't drawn a scythe yet, and I like scythes. They're completely impractical weapons, but they're cool, and that's all that matters. I have a character that wields a scythe, and his whole power system is based around him being cool, and that's the whole reason he can use a scythe. He can only use a scythe because his strength is deemed on the... He gets stronger the cooler he looks. And that's his whole power system. That's why he can use his scythe. Because he can get away with using a pretty horrible fucking weapon. Oh, but a regular scythe, that looks boring. Why would we do a normal scythe? That looks so boring. There's not even a part on the back that you could use that could make it more viable. But not extremely more viable. Just more viable. Because you have another whoopsie in case. And, you know, we can add a little, like, stabby stab on the top, too. Because why would you not add a stabby stab on the top if you can? A stabby stab on the top just means more stabby stab. You can actually stab with it now instead of not being able to before. And we'll go ahead and put a hole in it. Maybe 2 holes in it. Maybe we won't put a hole in it. Maybe we could add some cooler stuff on the back, actually. Make some cool design. We might be able to do that, but we're not going to do that now for the sake of having to design it right now. We're not going to design that on the spot. We're not drawing his scythe right now. We don't need to. Alright, we're just going to draw a scythe that we think looks kind of cool. And that's going to be that. The handle is completely impractical right now. What the fuck? Alright. Do we want to make a pointy handle, a wider handle? We could make a handle like this. Where the handle is also pointy. Why? I don't know. Looks more interesting. To the pen! I can't help but resist to throw these. Anytime I pick them up or set them down, they get thrown. Yep, that's exactly what I meant to do. I will go ahead and whoocha, whoocha, no regrets. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Whoop, whoop. That is fucking horrible. Why did I not think that through? That's fine. We just needed it to grab onto the scythe and never let go. If it lets go of the scythe, you will die. Why? I don't know. You're the one who tied your life to a scythe for some reason. That was a pretty stupid move. Alrighty. Cha-ching. Boom, perfect. I love it. It's just okay, but it's fine enough. We're gonna shade that shit in. This obviously also needs to be connected to the stick, so that means this whole thing has to be shaded in, actually, which I did not think about. But that's fine. Now, the front of this blade, obviously not gonna be sharp. So we shall just make the blade part sharp by darkening the outside and having that part stay light, and I don't know what to do about that. But we can do some little woody doodles here, make it look like it's made of wood. Does this actually make it look like it's made out of wood? I don't know, because I don't remember what wood looks like, but you know, whatever. It's close enough. I think I'm making them a little too rigid. They should be smoother, but you know, that's fine. Boom, perfect. I would erase the pencil lines, but I don't have one of those right now. On to the next thing. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to make a broken up sword, and there's nothing you can do about it. If you don't want to see me hastily craft a wooden sword, get the fuck out of here. Why the fuck would you even have clicked on this video? But if you do, stick around for like 3 minutes while I make it. Alright, there, boom, there's a beautiful handle. What's the handle gonna have on it? Wrapping. What the fuck else would it have? It's a broken sword. Now, how's the sword gonna look? Whatcha, 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 whatcha. It's gonna have some, ooh, a beautiful guard that, oh no, it's missing part of it. Oh heavens. What a terrible travesty that is. Oh heavens indeed. I don't know how I'm gonna connect it, but that's fine. We can deal with that in a second. Then we add the blade. Wow, what a beautiful blade. I wonder where it's going to... Oh no, the blade is broken. What oh heavens, it needs to be thicker than that. We'll make the blade thicker, and you know what? Forget, it's not breaking there. It's gonna break like this. Just... Oh no, the part of the blade is gone. Oh no, that part of the blade is gone. Now it's just like a thin part right there that's pointed. Oh heavens, it still looks kind of cool though. If you like think about it how I'm thinking about it, like how it actually would look with the design. Alright, perfect. What a beautiful sword, right? Time for pen. Wow, pen, I know, crazy. How amazingly amazing. Let's sit on the floor now. Alright, let's go ahead and add some wrapping around this handle. And we'll try and actually make it look like wrapping this time instead of just fucking it up like I keep doing on accident. Alright. There we go, it looks good enough. How does this look? It looks like a rock, kinda. Alright. That's fine with me. This handle's a bit off. Should we add some little wibbly wabblies for like the... Hold on, I don't usually like to go back to it, but... Oh yeah, I kind of like that. Oh yeah, this one definitely. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, that's nice. Oh yeah. Ooh, that's, that one's just okay, but those are like the ties on the sword. They should be at different elevations. I really should have done that. We could try to make this one a little longer, since it's already the bad one. But, moving on. This is a broken sword, so we do not need to worry too much about it looking like, wow, amazing, what a beautiful sword that is, because it's broken. You can't expect a broken sword to look exquisite, can you? And that is why it is easier to draw broken swords than drawing a whole non-broken sword. Which is why if you want to draw swords, I recommend trying to draw some broken, shattered ones first. I would definitely recommend putting more detail than I'm going to in them too, because, well, I'm just drawing this one very quickly, so it doesn't have much detail at all. If you have time to do one, you should definitely add as much detail as you can to it. And if you want, your goal is to be able to draw just regular swords, definitely also do what I'm about to do and include the broken off parts as separate parts. There we go. Now this would reach right to the tip of the sword, and this would go like this. And we'd shade that in, and that would be like that. Definitely not perfect, but you know, what are you gonna do? I think it's raining outside. I wonder if you can hear that. And that's pretty much incredibly thin right there. And this will just be a little bit of shading right there. And there we go. There's our little broken parts. I guess I can also include the broken part of this. There we go. I would also recommend adding some cracks in your blades, but if you don't know exactly where to put them, it's not the best to add them, but you know, whatever. Ah, cool. That actually looks pretty good. Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I don't know what this is, but we're gonna use the pen to make it better. It's on my hand now. I have no idea what this is. I just started sketching a little guy because I was like, I haven't drawn any little guys yet for these little videos. So that's what I did, and then I came up with this little creation. So this is gonna be my little creation. I don't know what it is. He has a hood on, I know that. I don't know what's under the hood. I don't know anything else except for that he is this thingy. And he's going to have a lot more messed up teeth than were actually drawn in the initial sketch. Why? Because I think it makes him look more interesting if he does. I did mean to open his mouth up a lot more than I drew him with, but you know, that's fine. I can live with it being opened up that much. I do want to give him an eyeball. I want to shade this entire area in where that's his mouth. Right. And the eye, I kind of wanted to have like a fiery, glowy effect coming off of it. But I don't really know how to do that, so that's the best I can do. Am I done? Can I give him a little bit of a body? Would he just be like a normal lad under there? Is he just like a normal lad, or is he like something strange? I don't know. But he's gonna have a cloak on because he is strange. So yeah, there's a little creature. I don't know what he is or what the yeah, I have no idea. He confuses me. But yeah, he looks kind of cool, so yeah. Bye. Hello and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm drawing a little monster. Yeah, little monster. What is this monster? I do not know. But he's a little monster, and that's all I do know. He's got 4 legs. I know that because he's got 2 legs right there. He's got a long-ish body and a weirdly shaped body and a huge mouth. He's got big folds on his back. He's very chunky and weirdly proportioned. Alright, let's try to get this correct. There we go. Perfect. Alright. And there's our little chunky boy's legs that look wrong, but you know, we're going to stick with them because, well, what are we going to do? Change them? Then we're going to get these teeth in here that also point this direction. Also point this direction. Alright. And then his mouth kind of reaches a closing point about here. closes kind of weird. And then he's got a weird eye. There we go. Here's our weird little creature. What the hell is he? Nobody knows. Where is he from? No idea. Why does he exist? I don't know. What's his purpose? Who knows? What does he do? I ain't got no clue. How'd I get pen all over myself? Who knows? But there he is. I don't know. He doesn't have a name, but he's weird and disturbing, and I kind of like him. Bye.